today we are going to be doing what I'm going to be calling like a Wednesday check-in, which is where we just check in on the midday week in the middle of the midday, just see how everything is flowing, see how everything is looking, and you're just taking a gander. Hope that you are doing well. Hope that you are doing good. Hope that you are doing great. Before I started, I kept hearing Patty LaBelle's new attitude. I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. So we have 42. Let's go ahead and take a look into that for our proverb for the day. That. We have increase. Above wind, below thunder. The wind howls thunder clouds upon each other, increasing the storm's strength and moving it across the sky. Without the wind above, thunder's energy would dissipate. In the same way, the people are strengthened when those above act on their behalf, with no thought of their own ambition. This leads to a time of increased prosperity and progress, when difficult problems can be faced together and overcome. Wind moves the thunder, cooperation brings increase. So collaborating, coming together, joining forces is not only an increase in, like it said, energy, but an impact that it'll have long run for the success for all. Okay? So if you're thinking about collaborating, if you're thinking about hunkering down on business, if you've been thinking about cultivating something with people, getting more in the community, whatever it is, of just getting more involved, putting yourself out there with people, not just for your own, like I said, fruition of ambition and what you can get, but in means of benefit to all. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and see how we're doing mentally, where our mind is at, what we're thinking about, what we're feeling like is driving us, pushing us, anything of that sort, right? It's the middle of the week is always good to check in. See what's happening, see what's going on. How are you taking things in mentally? If you are taking things in, what is it looking like? What is that reflection? Okay. Spirit, what do we have for the collective? A little more air. Oh wow, there's another card under there. That's crazy. Anything else, Spirit? Thank you. All right, so again, this is about your mental. So the first card that we pulled is water. Water is about your emotions, the depths of your intuition, your understanding, taking a deeper understanding and how to have emotional intelligences. Yes, this is what I'm feeling. How can I communicate this? How can I demonstrate this better? How can I operate when I'm feeling this emotion to get my body relaxed, to calm it down, to show it, to express it, to allow myself to digest it in a way that isn't rushed, whatever you need to do. That is the emotional intelligence, is allowing yourself to actually not just be like, oh, I understand my emotions, this is what it is, but actually, okay, this is what it is. What do I do moving forward, knowing that this is currently what I'm feeling in my body, and I know that emotions are like water. They're ever changing that flow, right? So we're thinking about that in the depths. It's letting us know that you need to get near water, get by water, experience water, go to a lake, take a bath, take a shower, go to a pond, step out in the rain the next time it rains if you have the capability. Just allow yourself to be near the water, or cry if you need to. That is also a means of releasing in that water and being next to that, and taking that in. If you don't like baths, sit in the shower while the shower is running and just allow that to pour over you. Allowing yourself to journal and release in that way is allowing yourself to also get in depth of that. But this is just telling you straight up also that will help. It's just getting in touch with your emotions altogether. Just get near water. Just allow yourself to see the vastness and how it can cleanse you, how it can replenish you, how it can heal you, and how wide and vast and powerful it is, and how deep it goes is how deep you can go within yourself, but also just allow yourself to be quite balance and flow of reflection on the surface as well. That way you're not losing yourself so deep within. Okay. The next we have is transmute. So we're thinking about the mental capacity of just kind of where we are in that emotional state. Allow yourself to try to transmute that energy into something else. So versus you feeling something and getting anxious, allow that to be like, okay, maybe anxiety, I'm feeling excitement, right? Maybe I'm feeling excitement for something new. Maybe replacing that and transmuting that in the means of, okay, I'm feeling anxiety because I've never experienced this before. This is a new step. This is a new balance. This is a new means. And sometimes our mental automatically wants to go to anxiety, so that way we can think of everything that could possibly go wrong, what won't work out, things of that sort, versus having that excitement, or versus thinking of it in like in a way of, oh, it's going to go bad. Or think of it in a way like, damn, it's going to be the best thing I've ever experienced. Allowing yourself to transmute that inside of yourself also allows you to help your mind and alleviate what feels like pressure to not be opportunities, to not be decisions, to not be gateways. And especially for someone that deals with depression and things of that sort, it allows you to not feel like everything is coming in at once. And we're just like, okay, let's at least just try to focus on this one thing, take it in, draw it all in together and take it in that sort. And it's like, okay, why am I feeling? Okay, I can focus on that one thing. That's why I'm feeling that way. So it kind of allows me, versus me spiraling out of control. Now I'm not getting out of bed and I'm not doing anything. It's like, okay, take a step back before we get to the point where we feel like we can't even take steps at all. Right? So transmute that. Allow yourself to take a mental step back if you need to allow yourself to transmute the energy. If you are feeling overwhelmed, anxious, disappointed, angry, it's not a means of dismissing it. It's a means of truly understanding it, so that way it's not pulling and tugging you in a way that's leading you to something that is detrimental, which leads to past life. Okay? Past life is letting us know that there is information coming in, right, from past life, and or that you can be dealing with some karmic issues or problems from your past life in itself. So taking all that in, it can be lots of downloads, informations, dreams, vivid dreams, premonitions, just feeling like this is deja vu, a lot of just like your body just feeling like out of course, out of whack, but also very familiar. So it's a sense of this interconnection of the past life, which could also be why you are feeling a lot of this mental confliction, because it's a lot of what did happen, what didn't happen, why am I here, also allowing this memory to gather to push you forward where you currently are in this present, because it was still you in that opportune time. So taking that in and allowing yourself to meditate, allowing yourself to do a little bit of yoga, release some of that, just allowing yourself to center within. Okay, we'll kind of alleviate some of that mental right now at this moment, especially before we get to the end of the week. So in the midday, just kind of allow yourself a little bit of that alleviation. Okay. I'll go ahead and drink some water. We're just going to see what Spirit has to say. Any words of wisdom, encouragement, insightfulness, messages needed to be heard, so forth and so have you. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and take that in, Spirit. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective for a midday check-in? Midday check-in. We have release your fear and look to the future with excitement. Again, transmuting what is currently happening in your life. Why is it happening in your life? What's going on in your life? Versus looking at it in a way of a downward spiral, looking at it in a way of a spiral of growth, spiritual enlightenment, right? It is taking you on a pathway of something that is blossoming. Okay? We also have not close to being done, more work to do. Bless me. So again, if we're implementing that thought, if we're receiving that, and we're processing that there's more work to be done, if I'm looking to my future with anxiety, with fear, with worry, with possible disappointment, the other shoe is going to drop, it will work out, but something bad is going to happen, right? It's in a means of now that's what I'm planning and navigating for. If Spirit is saying we're not close to being done, there's more work to do, make sure that we are not navigating in a way that is processed out of it has to be this way, it has to be set up this way. If it doesn't work out, it's going to do this and this and this. And now it's in a means of now you're navigating in a way for an outcome that hasn't even happened yet to never ever be in your favor, because that's how you're operating for it to be. Okay, so not close to being done, there's more work to do. So if you have a project, if you are looking to collaborate, come together, be a little bit more. It's a means if you're not close to being done, there is more work to do, right? A little bit more action needing to be put forth, a little bit more vocal entertainment. So, take that how you want, okay? We have be a sexual being and push the bounds of the layman's term. That means tap into your sacral chakra, tap into that intensity of that creativity, of being a sensual person, of tapping into that feminine urge of being creative, of having your desires be put on display, and you being confident about it, you being sure about it, you being assertive about it, you knowing it, you allowing yourself to receive these things, these blessings, these adorations, this recognition, the gifts, all of these things. So being a sexual being is meaning to push the layman terms of that, not just in a means of the body in itself, but it's in a means of using the entire center of itself. So that way now, when I go out there, no matter what happens, no matter what's going on, I'm in a placement of me. So be a sexual being and push the means, bounds of the layman's term, okay? Go further than that, go deeper than that, okay? We have educated beyond your intelligence, time to make a proper plan. Again, this is the time to start that action, especially with the new moon right around the corner. Hello, here we are. It's a great time to start that plan, so that way you can start continuously putting that forth into action, so that way you can continuously soak up that potent energy of new starts, new beginning, new cultivations, new drive, new focus, new releasements, new alleviation, new healing, new thought patterns, new friends, new ways of thinking, new ways of relaxing your body, calming your mind, whatever it is. Educated beyond your intelligence. Take the information that you have and actually cultivate it in your life, so that way you can actually be as wise as you feel like you are, and now it's in action, okay? So it says, you are being watched over by your ancestors and protected in all ways. Always know that you are guided with the numbers 444. So it's in a means of, again, taking that step out, realizing that it's not close to being done. But if you're operating in a way that you aren't going to be protected and or led by your intuition, by your ancestors, by the universe, by what you are pushing yourself and actually working towards, it's like, what are you putting in the work for if you feel like you can't even trust your own hands in the life that you're cultivating and the craft that you're projecting in? Right? So it's like, I can't even touch my own hands and what I'm doing in the life that I'm, and the decisions that I'm making. What's the point then? We are not going to operate that. You are watched, you are protected, right? In the means of that, if I'm walking, I'm divinely gifted, I'm an elevated being. Recognize, realize that feminine sexual being energy, that water energy, okay? It says your inner child is missing you, that playfulness, that creativity, that just fun, that not caring, that aloofness, that being okay with not knowing and asking questions if need be. Like, oh, what does that do? What does that mean? Oh, okay. Putting yourself out there, being works. It's just allowing yourself, and or depending on who you are, your inner child misses you. Maybe it's like, maybe we haven't sat down and read a book in a while. Maybe we haven't did chalk on the sidewalk. Whatever it is, it's a means of connecting with your inner child, because there's a means of that is pushing you as well to a balance of that past life that we were talking about with the mental, right? That is also part of who you were in your past, and that as a continuous growth for that, so that continuous communication allows you to move forward again with that sense of knowing who you are, understanding who you are, and pushing yourself to more of an in-depth sense of self-worth, sense of guidance, intuition, trusting in your capabilities and what you are cultivating, okay? Ooh. So we're going to go ahead and close it out with some in the shadows information, just to check in. Okay, what do we have here for in the shadows? We have, I wondered how far this would go. That literally went sliding, and it says, I was careless with you. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? I fear that you will reject me, leaving me hurt you too. No, oh shit. In that moment, I didn't care. I don't trust you. Anything else, Spirit? We are more alike than I admit. Do wish you were. Okay, hold on. It's coming. Alright, anything else before I close it out? This is going to be a little bit too a lot. Beautiful, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, let's take a look and see what we have. I'm not coming back. Scared myself that day. Well, I take the easy way out. Alrighty, so in the shadows, this is for you. This is your thinking. This is what's happening in the shadows, in the depths of yourself, or what's going on, what may be causing the mental confliction. It's the confliction of how a relationship and or a situation ended in the way that was not in a means, it ended shitty, just to be blatantly clear, blatantly honest. It ended in a way where you know that you fucked up, right? And it's an affair of, even if you were to go back, if you were to apologize, if you were to say what you did, it was just in a means of rejection. And you're like, it's going to be a waste of time. So I don't really need to go there. I don't really need to do that. I know I fucked up. I forgive myself. I don't really need to go further than that and then insert myself in your life. Do I want to insert myself in your life based off of other things? Absolutely, positively. But that means I would have to admit something, and I'm afraid that you're going to reject me once I admit something, and it's not actually going to go the way of me being able to now have you in my life, and that's what I want. And so now it's this in an avoidance, and I was leading to things where it's like, if I was to do that, it may lead to other things of like, what is this going to happen? So we're going to break this down to what I mean in words, but that is the collective, I was going to say the collective renaissance of it all, the collective gathering of it all. So we have, I wondered how far this would go. I was careless with you, right? So that's in a means of wondering how far the relationship would go, wondering how far the situation, everything. Just, I wondered how far this would go. I wondered how far the conversation would go as well when we were conversating at the time. I'm saying we, but I'm meaning this, right? It says, I scared myself that day, right? It's in a means of, like I said, pushing it too far, taking it too far, especially with being careless with someone, because it's like you're trying not to care about the situation, and in order to not care about the situation, you have to not care about the person that's also involved in the situation, and that causes you to do things and act where you're scaring yourself. And most likely probably scaring the other person, because if you're feeling that in the inside, imagine what they were able to sense on the outside with you being so careless with them, right? So, we have leaving you hurt me too. So is it a means of, you have to take that step, yes. Like I said, it's in that reflection of knowing that you fucked up, knowing you did something wrong, knowing you want this person in your life. But instead of, and again, in a means of admitting something, it's in a means of just like, I'm going to take this hurt and I'm and take it on with me, instead of actually approaching something. And it could be in a means of a way that you can just approach the situation and it'll be handled in a way it's just like, wow, that was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be. And I really do like that. I really do enjoy that, right? Or, again, you're thinking in a way where it's like, this is going to be the most daunting thing ever, and in the means, and that's what's leading you, okay? So, leaving you hurt me too, okay? We have you... Sorry. Yeah, that's... Okay. We have, I am not coming back. In the moment, I didn't care, right? So, and again, it's in that means of you're not going back, because it's in a means of having to face something, having to admit something, having to say something. And if this is in the shadows, this is something that is really fucking with you, because again, if you know that this is something that you wondered how far it would go, which means in the moment you also were thinking in the process like, damn, this is kind of pushing the limit. I wonder how far this is going to go though. And it pushed you to a limit where you scared the fuck out of yourself, and you scared the fuck out of somebody else because you were careless. So you're not going back, because having to look at this person is having to look at yourself and take that reflection, actually take accountability for the self-reflection in needing the accountability, right? Some people are like, I know I fucked up, but then they don't take the steps of actually honing in on the accountability of knowing that they fucked up, right? Makes sense. Okay, we have I don't trust you. You wouldn't trust somebody in that sense. But I'm hearing you don't trust this person. It was information that you found out, and that's why you don't trust this person. And that's why this kind of spiraled in that way, in that sense. But in a means of, again, nobody else is in charge of controlling your emotions, your actions, your reactions, whatever it is, but you. So you don't trust the person because you feel like, again, if you were to go back and then it doesn't work out, what's going to happen afterwards? Or if you were to come back also and then you guys are friends, you also don't trust the person that they're truly there. Maybe they'll do to you what you did to them. You know? So it's a lot of that confliction of, again, not confronting something, and now it's eating away at you because you only have your side, your information, your energy. So we have, I took the easy way out. That you did indeed. We just discussed that. It's a way of dealing with that, right? We have, I don't need your approval. Like I said, it's a means of, like, I know I fucked up. I don't need to tell you that I fucked up. I don't need to tell the person that I fucked up to them. They'll be fine. They should know that I fucked up. I'm a fucked up person. I know I fucked up. They should know I fucked up. Don't tell them that you fucked up. Okay? It says, I do wish you well. What makes sense. It's in a sense. And I'm not trying to recommend you. It's just in a means, in a sense of, yes, you know these things, but again, it's that educated beyond your own intelligence. You have all this information, where you're not utilizing it in a way that will actually benefit you in your life in the long run. And if your card is also about collaborating and allowing you to actually increase in that and allow that, why not to go to someone and allow this to actually happen, so that way this is not something that's eating you up in the shadows, because either way it's going to come to the light. That's what the in the shadows means. So again, do you want to do it in the means of allowing yourself to have this information and utilize it like you should do with your projects, your plans, your goals, your mental things of that sort? Or are you just going to allow it to be just a sense of something that's, and hopefully I don't take it into the next relationship when you weren't even able to deal with it with this one, when Spirit is saying you have an opportunity to. Okay? And at least I fear that you will reject me. You do wish this person well. You feel that you do care about this person. You were careless in that moment. You fucked up in that moment. You did something. But it's in this realization that somebody is going to, it's like this lasting impression. It's like a nasty taste in your mouth. And that's currently what you're doing. Okay? We are more alike than I admit. So whatever it is that you found out, the regulation, the information, however you felt, the scenario, it's a means of, like, and that's also why you don't trust the person. Because it's like, if I was to let this person back in, would they do the same thing to me that I did to them? Right? Whatever it is, we're more like than I admit. And, or are they more like than they admit that maybe they're hiding something to you, Phil? Right? So, it's in a means. Either way, it says that I hope that you're happy. Again, it's in a means of, you care about this person, you don't wish them harm or bad. You do wish them in their life, because it says, I want to tell you so much, right? And it doesn't mean that you also keep an eye on them, because it says, I know more than you think, which means you're also keeping an eye out. You're also watching them. You want to tell them a lot, but you're not interacting with them. Don't be a side energy hustler, right? Where you're taking somebody else's energy from the side, trying to hustle up whatever you're trying to hustle. You're not going to get much. Okay? And we don't do sacred energy. So figure that out. Help that to disclose the mental state. Okay? So that is the check-in for the collective. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I do these live on my Instagram every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can find me on any platform, including my podcast, including the Ts_Moon. And I do these live again on my Instagram. I said them kind of hot. Just a pinch. But you please like, comment, share, and subscribe, so that way I can continuously share my message with more people. That tree is dancing. And I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope that you take the information and know that I love you, I care about you, but you should love and care about yourselves more. Okay? Until next time, well, I'll be here.